Hi lovelies, so welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's dive in today's video. So guys, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to show you guys where this punk colored guy decided to come out and he was like, it's not nice to actually call someone a racist. And this actually got a lot of people reacting to his video and I was just able to put it up for you guys. I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
All white people are racist. Every single last one of them, all of them are racist. You uphold a system of racism by literally just being white.
It is one of those situations where you're fighting for a cause, you're speaking out about something, but your viewpoints get so extreme that you're now doing what you're fighting against. And do you know what I think? I think quarantine has to be the biggest factor of why we're seeing extreme viewpoints like this. You can't possibly fight racial injustice in this country and then immediately have your opening statement be categorizing and stereotyping a group of people based on the color of their skin. Your resentment toward far-right conservative white Americans does not give you the justification to group white people as a whole. It can't be all, right? I mean, it can't be the white South Americans, the white Central Americans, the white Africans, right? Because it doesn't make sense. It's not nice to call someone racist. We throw that word out to white people so much. It's like it's really not nice. So that video was taken down, I think, or reported, and they had something to say about that.
So when I exercise my right to use my free speech as a child on an app for children, suddenly all these adults are up in arms reporting my videos. Do I not have a right to free speech just because it conflicts with yours? Your subjective ideas, I can't express my subjective ideas because you don't agree with them? It's free speech this, free speech that until it's somebody black, huh?
Let's cut the music real quick, right? You and I both know that you're smart enough and old enough to willingly post videos on TikTok about your opinions or whatever you want, right? So don't pull this, I'm a child, you're an adult, take a look at yourself, right? It doesn't work. Ignore the trolls, right? Nobody is saying that you don't have the freedom of speech to speak your opinions on social media. Because we both know that freedom of speech can come with consequences. And those consequences come with criticism, backlash, your videos taken down, and not to mention TikTok's report system is very shitty. And I know all this because for the past 2 years that I've been speaking to my opinions, I've been in the same situation as you. People mass report my videos, they don't think I should be able to have a voice, they report my account, they ban my account, they suspend my account. I've gone through all of it. But I'm not gonna sit here, grab my phone, make a video of myself alone in my bedroom and complain about how my freedom of speech is being taken away. It's the perk of being a small creator on TikTok. It's not nice to call someone racist. We throw that word out to white people.
Yeah, that video is too viral for me. The funniest part is that she's not even wrong because everything exists on a spectrum, even bigotry, especially when it comes to white people. But I think we need to start with what white people are as a concept before I go on my tangent. White people, you see, aren't real. Black people, any of that race isn't real. It's a social construct created by white people or people who called themselves white from centuries ago who created this concept to give themselves a leg up in society, to make sure other people could do things for them, to put themselves at the top of a hierarchy, at the top of the social totem pole, to make sure that certain people were lesser than in society. Whiteness isn't real. White people and what they want doesn't matter. I wish more of y'all would understand that, and I wish them goddamn likes was public so we can see who the fuck the ops were. But yeah, sure, you know, it's not nice to call someone racist. It's also not nice to call someone a rapist, either. It's almost as if it's not meant to be nice. This myth that y'all have in y'all's heads that like black people are just throwing that word around, just calling anybody racist. It's funny to me because a consistent thing with most white people is that y'all care so much more that someone was called that than what got them called that in the first place. Y'all will come to each other's aid so much. Unspoken. It's like an unspoken rule. I love that about y'all. Y'all will just come to someone's aid for being called that rather than ask why someone would call them that. Every time, every single time. Yes, white people are inherently racist. That doesn't have to be the big, bad, scary thing that you think it is. People's lives and careers are not being ruined because they were called racist. Cancel culture isn't even a thing, but that's a whole another conversation for a different video. But you know who we're gonna talk about? Chris's teacher from Everybody Hates Chris. You know that show? Please just go look up a compilation of this woman on YouTube. It's the perfect example because she is nice, right? She's caring, she's loving, she's all those things. She would never hurt Chris, or maybe she did. I don't remember the show like that. Like I said, everything exists on a spectrum. This woman exists over here, right? On this side of the spectrum, not over here, right? She's not donning a fucking white hood and burning a cross on someone's lawn. That's the only thing that y'all think is racist nowadays. But look, I digress. She's over here, right? Her racism, while extreme, is like pretty minuscule. It's not as bad as it could be. With the way that this world is set up, with the way that our Western society is set up, everything exists like that. Racism, straight people and their homophobia, men and their misogyny, able-bodied people with their ableism. There's a whole list of things, okay? So to all those people, to all the white people who got that video 2.2 million likes, like damn. This unspoken thing that y'all got going on, where you just come to each other's aid behind shit like that, that's the problem. The good news is it doesn't have to stay that way, right? You don't have to be racist. You don't have to be a misogynist. You don't have to be ableist. You don't have to be homophobic. Like, you can stop doing those things at any time. And most people are those things. The world doesn't stop turning because you're fucking racist. The world doesn't stop moving because y'all are bigoted. Like, sadly, no one cares. And I don't know if this is just one video from him. Hopefully it is. I don't feel like looking at his page and going down all that, seeing all that negativity. If that was what his page was primarily about, this is more of a message to those kind of white content creators broadly who do constantly make content about white people and white folks' problems and like white lives mattering. The kind of people who would ask like, oh, why is there a Black History Month, not a White History Month? Shit like that. People have spent centuries, dedicated their entire lives to making sure that this skin tone, right, this nose, these lips, this hair type is the worst thing that someone could ever imagine to have, that someone could ever even have proximity to, that people who have these features like I do or more defined than I do feel like the worst of the worst. You're never gonna understand what that feels like. People have literally dedicated their livelihoods to making sure that I feel ugly, that people who look like me feel ugly, that people who look like me build everything and get nothing for it, that people who look like me create everything when it comes to culture or music or clothes or fashion, anything. And really, it's universally understood, it's an unspoken rule between people like you that we take from them and we don't give a fuck. Even in the smallest of ways, even a video like this, a video that you made affirming everyone's feelings towards the word racist. And I just don't even understand why someone would feel the need to make a video like this and not think that it was racist. I mean, even videos worse than this, because this wasn't even that bad. There's worse shit out there. And you truly walk around like, I'm not racist, making shit like this. All this energy, all this anger usually comes from nowhere productive either. It's always because like what? Someone on Twitter calls you a snow possum? A cocaine colored cricket? An untitled document? Like what? So let it go. White people have so many things they could be mad at. And instead you take all that energy and all that anger and you take it out on marginalized people as if that's ever gonna change your material conditions. And it's sad.
Not nice to call someone racist.
It never ceases to amaze me that people like this will be more upset about being called racist, but not be upset about the fact that they are being racist. It's giving, shh, don't call me out on my bullshit. And I think that if a lot more white people did a lot more self-exploration, they might actually start to see that the problem is not being called a racist. The problem is that you are perpetuating racism in one way or another. So much so that somebody is pointing it out to you because it's a problem. And it also goes to prove to us once again that you as white people do not know what racism is. If you think that somebody calling you racist is racism, because it's not. Now, what that young lady did say in her video was accurate. White people are inherently racist because racism is inherent to anyone who has been born and raised in a place touched by colonialism. And that just is what it is. It does not mean you cannot change. Now, when people call you out for being racist, most of the time they are not doing it to be malicious. The reason we call out racism when we see it is because that's the only way that it's going to stop or change. Because you see, the power is not in our hands as Black, brown, or indigenous people. The power is in the hands of those who the system benefits. That would be white people. And this is why our voices are so important. When we speak out about these things, that is us making the effort to change the system that oppresses us by acknowledging it and informing you about the role that you play in it. And whether you like it or not, conservatives do align with a lot of anti-Black sentiments, as well as anti-Indigenous or anti-any person of color. It's just a fact of what the party stands for. Some could even go as far as to say that Christianity, which is a very big pillar in the culture of the conservative wing, is anti-Black in itself, especially when it concerns America. So I think you might want to take a closer look at why you're feeling offended when somebody tells you that you're a racist or that you're upholding racist ideologies. Because again, the fact of the matter is that if you were born in any area of the world touched by colonialism, especially in America, then racism is inherent. And to clarify, we no longer care about being nice. Respectability politics are out the window. We've been yelling and screaming about this in the nicest way possible for the last few hundred years, and y'all refuse to listen. So now, we will have our voices heard by any means necessary. And if your feelings get hurt along the way, so be it. Because change is supposed to make you uncomfortable. If you don't want to be called racist, don't be racist.
The original video got taken down, so I want to try this again. Basically, 99% of the time, if you're a white person talking at or patronizing Black people about race, you're going to be wrong and it's going to age fucking terrible. Not with Black people, but like at Black people, it's gonna be bad. All those clips from the 50s and 60s where people are like, I just don't want my neighbors to be Black. Like, they sounded reasonable at the time. Specifically, if your impulse to speak about race comes from like, well, not all white people are like, well, actually, you know, I'm white and I don't, like, you're wrong. Like, no matter how crazy it is, even if it was a dude on the side of the street being like, the white man is made by a devil scientist, Specifically, the impulse to defend whiteness is racist. Whiteness only exists to exclude other people. All the people who are white now weren't even white the whole time. Irish, Italian people, y'all were white. Y'all are now. It's not real. The guy on the corner of the street is nuts, but they used to feed Black babies to alligators. We didn't just get to this point because he's crazy. We got to this point because the history of this country is fucking nuts.
White people to get this through their fucking skull for a second. It does not matter if somebody is mean to you when they give you feedback. If a person of color is calling you out on your racism and your first gut check reaction is to be like, well, that's mean, then you are actively engaging in white supremacy, specifically in invalidating what a person of color says to defend yourself and uphold yourself on your own fucking pedestal. If someone calls you racist or says you're being racist right now, your first gut reaction better be, oh shit, let me check myself. Let me look into this. Let me reflect. Let me be silent and think about this. Let me receive this. Because otherwise, the fuck are we doing? Are you so fragile and insecure that somebody's like harsh tone or meanness just totally makes you crumble, that you can't look at their words and see if they have validity? They most likely do. Stop fucking worrying about if people are mean or nice and think about your own damn actions and words, B. And this goes for me too.
Okay, sure. We'll start off this way. I don't go around saying that all white people are racist. Not because it's not true, but because I understand that if I go around with that statement, nobody cares to listen to everything else I have to say because it's a triggering statement for white people. And I think part of solving the issue that is racism and systematic racism is having people listen to us. But that being said, she's not wrong. However, instead, I'd like to phrase it like white people are born into a system that consistently supports white supremacy and racism towards people of color and Black people. And yes, that involves all white people, whether you want to talk about South Americans, white Africans, whoever your name is. White people can be the minority in a Black-held country and still uphold white supremacy and racism mindset. Because white people have managed to convince the entire world that they're better at everything. And so they have people of color and Black people like me convincing ourselves to be more like them. So then we get stuff like colorism. Where do you think it stems from? And sure, I suppose it is mean to call somebody a racist, but you know what's mean? Sundown towns that are still existing in America. Lynching that still exists in America. Exploitation of people of color and black people that happens all over. So all that kumbaya stuff you want to say when it comes to fighting racism, it's not going to work. Because you'll need to explain to me, how can I be kumbaya with a KKK member or a neo-Nazi? Matter of fact, with these curls on your head, how can you kumbaya with them? Because they'll take you down right after they take me. My thing is, when people like you come on the platform and tell people like me how to navigate how they feel about their oppression, it never works out. Because unfortunately, you'll always come from a place that's so vastly distant to where we are, you will never see it eye to eye the way we do. Not only that, you will unintentionally dismiss a lot of things that are going on. Like your video wasn't mean. Obviously, you're like, oh my goodness, woe to the white people. Stop calling white people racist. And guess who showed up in your comments? That's right, racist. The minute that you give these people the room to be racist, they're going to be racist. The one thing for sure, I don't know your ethnicity. I don't know what it is. You look white, so I'm going to address you as white. You're Brazilian, so I'm addressing you as a white Brazilian. This is not your battle to fight. This is my battle that I fight every single day. When I come up on live and I'm talking my ish, people come out and call me the N-word. When I speak with the slightest amount of AAVE, people call me uneducated. When I come on the live and I'm passionate about what I'm speaking about, people call me loud and black and ratchet. And these things are mean. Yeah, they're hurtful to me. I know you got a lot of likes in your video, 700,000 around there. But don't let that make you think that you're correct. Your stance is really wrong, especially because you do not get to dictate how people who are oppressed navigate their oppression, regardless if she's mixed, regardless if she's half white, half black. Now, I'll admit, I don't really care for her video because I don't necessarily agree with the whole thing, but also her second video when she says that, oh, well, I'm a teenager, adults should not be coming for me. I hate when teens pull that crap on the app. But what I'm gonna tell you is that your video did much more harm than it could do good. Read your comments, look through your comments. Look what people are writing about my people. That's the space that you've created because you wanted to go on the kumbaya, woe is me, let's all make peace together. The minute that you can make peace with somebody that hates your entire existence, I'll be able to make peace with mine.
This are the base of white supremacy. Self-proclaimed white supremacists and overt racists and Tucker Carlsons and replacement theory guys, they add fuel to the fire, but the firewood is people like this guy. People who are more concerned with niceties and politeness than the continued violence against people of color, than the continued oppression of people of color. They are the base of white supremacy. That is who upholds the structure of white supremacy, because they are invested in the status quo because it preserves their feelings and keeps them away from any sense of discomfort. Because the fact that we have all internalized racism, that we have all internalized the structure of white supremacy is deeply unsettling and deeply uncomfortable, but we have to deal with it. You, my guy, are the problem.
Remember that video where the guy was like, it's not nice to call someone a racist, and a bunch of the responses were like, it's not nice to be racist? Upholding white supremacy is not a good look for any of us. We all can do better. And if this is triggering you, that's on you to figure out why. Your fifis are not my business.
I stitched this like a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to stitch it again because the point of it's not nice to call somebody racist really hit me when I like saw this like stitched on my For You page today. And what really hit me was, oh my God, that's what he thinks racism is. He thinks racism is not being nice to someone because of the color of their skin. So when someone calls you racist and says white people are racist, he goes, oh, that's not being nice to me because of the color of my skin. They're doing oppression. That's not systematic oppression. That's barely mean. You're privileged enough to not understand what having racism done to you feels like. So this is your closest approximation, is people being mean to you over the internet. Sorry, man. Wouldn't last a day. That's a little bit of a ramble, but to clean it all up, you come off very condescending, rude, arrogant, and a tinge racist in that video. You might not be racist, and I hope you're not. But if you're not, you keep bad company, because those comments are bad. Jesus.
Like, seriously, lovelies, I don't understand these punk-colored people. Is it that you think that black people actually enjoyed calling your people out or calling you guys Ray and Sis if you are not attributing this Ray and Sis character? So this young lady decided to, come out to spew whatever she has been passing through in the hands of, or it is pan-colored people. She was just, revealing all her frustration on how she's been treated, what every person that called him or herself, black people have actually passed through one way or the other in the hands of these pan-colored people. She was just, doing her thing, and this guy decided to stitch her video, trying to like, oh my god, it's not nice to call people Ray and cis. It's not nice to call people Ray and cis if this person is not Ray and cis. But when a society is actually built on Ray and cis, the reverse is usually the case. Like, all I see here is just a supremacy that actually don't want to be called out if found doing something wrong. You don't want to be called out, so why would you keep doing something that will warrant someone to call you out, to call you Ray and cis? Ray and cis is built everywhere. It's in our healthcare system, in our job, home, everything. If black people are actually treated equally, just the way other people are, nobody will be out here calling anyone out. Nobody will be frustrated. Nobody will want to like, okay, do you think that black people actually enjoy calling people out or calling them out? Black people are the ones that have been subjected to so many things. Like, even POC people have more privilege compared to black people. Do you think that black people enjoy calling people out? Like, you think that it's a flex? You think that it's a trend? Like, we just love doing that? We do that only when we are, you know how it is. The system itself is already built in Ray and cis. The society is based in Ray and cis. It's not even just calling Ray and cis, but it is what we are living into. We are living in Ray and cis world. Seriously, like, there is a video that I actually stitched. This video is about, a black woman actually very close to a pan-colored man. He's an elderly pan-colored man on a flight going to wherever they're going to. And this man, I know that it was actually not right for someone to invade someone's privacy, or maybe to look at what this person is actually saying about me. And this lady, called this man writing like, there is this black fat blah 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 sitting right beside me. I cannot wait to get up this flight. I'm just so sick and tired of this black. Like, seriously, this lady felt so bad. She felt so bad, and she had to call this man out. She was like, you are being racist. What are you doing? An elderly man. If someone can be that old and still attributes the level of that racist, what do you think that person must have done when the person was still very young and strong? This is it. It's not something that actually started today. It's not something that we enjoy doing, but it's the way that we have been treated. It's the way that we have been subjected. There's a video I actually posted, I think after or before this. This young man, promising 23-year-old man. Oh my God, he decided to be a better version of himself. He decided to be a good human being. He decided to okay, I want to be a good human being. But what did he do? What happened to him? He was just in his house, and Ray and cis came up to him. Ray and cis cut him short. Ray and cis did whatever he has to do to make sure that he never succeed in life, and he took him on away. I'm talking about the young guy that was, pew-pewed by an officer. This person was not attacking you. You just saw something in his arm, and there you go. Oh, I think, oh my God, he's actually, dark-skinned person. They are presumed to be very dangerous. So I just have to defend myself. You're defending yourself with someone that is not even after you.
I saw, one of his article. He was like, it is a matter of me and him. Someone that was not even attacking you, someone that was not coming for you. You knocked. I don't know how it is, but this guy was like, he was asking, who was it at the door? Nobody responded. The first, the second, and the third time, nobody responded. This person is a false guy. What do you expect him to do? You are invading in someone's, privacy. Someone is just at home, and you come with your. So actually, like seriously, this case is not even the first. This is not the first time something like this is happening. With, oh my God, mistaken identity. Oh my God, it was a mistake. Oh my, like seriously. And you wouldn't call this racist? Is this how other people have been treated? Is this how other POC have been treated? Black people's own are just different. We are just different. We are subjected to so many things. And you expect us to just keep quiet about it and just take all the, SHIT that you guys give to, black people. You think, or you just want us to just keep quiet, just the way your forefathers did. Keep quiet and just receive the shenanigans we've been giving you guys. Receive all the level of race. Don't even call us out. Don't even say that we get races. Just keep quiet and, like seriously. The thing about these these people is that they feel very comfortable doing whatever they want to do. But when they are being called out, they don't want you to call them out of their sin. They just want you to keep eating their bull. Seriously. They just don't want you to see that they are being racist, but they are. This is a case of, I am a bad person, but never tell me that I am a bad person. I am doing so wrong to you, but don't complain. Just keep quiet and accept all the wrong I'm doing to you. Like, we are not even our ancestors. We cannot be our ancestors. They were, they were so patient enough to keep quiet and endure all the things until God helped and it was abolished. But in today's arena, they cannot keep quiet. You guys expect us to keep quiet like our forefathers and just take everything that you guys are doing. It's not going to work that way. It's better for you to actually, oh my God, black people are actually complaining. What are we going to do to actually abolish the level of discrimination between pan-colored and black people? This is what you should be talking about. Because even if you walk into a supermarket, a shopping mall, the way at which people would look at you or the attendants will look at you as a black person is very different. The way they look at a pan-colored person, and you would tell me that there is nothing like racism. Like, can we just normalize not lying to ourselves just to appear righteous? No, the system is already that way. It just takes the grace of God and personal discipline to actually change all of this. Seriously. This is not matter of, it's not nice. It's not nice to call someone racist, and it's also not nice to be racist towards someone. It's just a two-way thing. You don't want to be called that, you don't want to be called racist, then stop being racist. It's just as simple as that. There's no point trying to beat around the bush. This is just logical. You don't want to be called racist, then stop being racist and treat every other person equally. Don't look down on anyone, like try to look this person as shit off. And one thing is that this black or what, who even, you are, people are the one that created races. You created it. You created the narration black and white, like white superior, black underneath. No. The change should actually start from you as an individual. Like, you can actually use a platform to preach than to try to like holier than down. No, this generation do not want to be subjected to where our forefathers were. This is why it's as if they are speaking up. This is why it's as if we need to call out, because if we don't do that, a lot of Karens must have put all our brothers and sisters behind bars. There is a trend, I think that was about 2 years back. This, white women tears was all over the place. People were just going behind, but it was as a result of we calling out. People are seeing reasons. That is why I give kudos to anyone with a video or a phone or something, and see any form of rare and just use your camera and capture that event so that we can expose them. It's enough already. Like, seriously, we all are equal in the sight of God, and no one is more privileged and no one is so better than other. The more you know this, the better. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that, and I will see you
If I've watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please, why not share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. And I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.